witnessed the entirety of my Alanis Morissette phase behind closed doors will now take that reality, that image, that sound down with her to her grave. And the second being that that's the end of my longest relationship. The good news is I'm in a great relationship now. My girlfriend Hannah's here. She's awesome. I love her. And a couple weeks ago, Hannah did something I really appreciate. We were having dinner together, and the waitress kept collectively referring to us as ladies. And right before she dropped off the check, Hannah grabbed that woman's arm and said, "Not ladies," and just pointed at me by way of explanation. I am not a lady. I am a non-binary transgender person. I don't use she or her. It's not accurate. I'm open to he, his. But I prefer they, them. I think it's most accurate. It's what all this is. And I go by they, them because I like to make my life and other people's lives more difficult. I try to give people little hints about my gender identity. You know, I cut, my hair is very short, I wear men's clothing, just like little things. I had my breast surgically removed, tiny things, just giving people hints, just little things. But I get it, in public settings, people are generally just trying to be polite, and I understand that. When being misgendered really bothers me is when it's people that I know, people I have relationships with, people I've had conversations with. And the messages I'm getting from people is, you guys, it's really hard for people. And I know this because they tell me all the fucking time. They're like, Em, it's so hard. I don't think I can do it. It's really hard. Did you know that they, them is not grammatically correct? That's what I call selective grammar police, because half those people don't use the correct there or your on the internet. Yeah, using someone's correct gender pronouns is like folding a fitted sheet. It seems impossible. It's actually possible, you know it is. And you're just too lazy to do it the right way. I still have never folded one of those and just put it on the shelf. But the thing is that transgender people have to navigate pronouns and names all the time, not just with singular people in their life, but with everyone. It's just something, that's a reality of being a transgender person, is that when you walk into a room, people do not know who you are. And I don't think that wanting to be called by the right name is like a transgender issue. I think that that's something that humans care about. We want to be called out to in a way that reflects who we actually are. Often, yeah, I know. Yes, Other people support me too, amazingly enough. But transgender people sometimes change their names to better reflect who they actually are. Other times, transgender people will choose to not change their name at all, and sometimes they'll do what I did, which is just change it a little bit so people will get off your ass as to if you're actually a transgender. I go by M for that reason instead of Emily. That's my birth name. Which I like fine, but I go by M. And one thing I didn't realize or anticipate is that now when I introduce myself, people don't hear my name, they hear something else. So I'm like, "Hi, I'm M," and they're like, "Ma'am?" I'm like, "M," they're like, "Ma'am?" I go to a coffee shop, order Americano, they're like, "Americano for ham?" On the bar for ham. My last name's Bowen, Ham Bowen. Sound like a soup. I thought about changing my entire name once. I thought I'd change my name to Emery. And then I thought, well, Emery just sounds like me saying my birth name after I've drank an entire glass of whiskey. Which, after my bar years, I think that a large percentage of Tucson thinks that's actually my name. Yeah. So, I feel like I go through the world and hear a lot of disgruntled conversation about transgender people and their existence. Something like, whatever happened to men being men and women being women? Back in my day, there was no queers or transgenders. We were hiding. One of my favorite places to navigate gender pronouns is actually in the classroom. I'm a teacher, and I had a little first grade student once. Generally they're like, "What's going on? What are you?" Trying to figure it out. And this kid's like, "Are you a boy or a girl?" And I want to teach him about fractions, so I was like, quarter, 3/4, 80/20. And he's like, "Well, that's impossible because God only made boys and girls." And I said, that's what I thought when this happens. Nobody is more surprised than I am. All right, you've been great. Thank you so much.